I'm going to start with you, Tig. Obviously reprising the fan favourite role here of Jet Reno. I mean, is it quite strange to play a character that you know very well, in a world you know very well, but surrounded by new faces?
Yeah, I mean, just even me as a person, stepping into a new world of Starfleet Academy as Jet Reno, but none of the cast I knew, even just like, as I said, as a person, like, wow, this is bizarre. But it's also, it's been really a fun experience to see my character teaching, mentoring, and having that side. And also, there's potentially some romance down the road. So yeah, it's been a really nice jump from one world to the next. I mean, not a totally different world, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, because I mean, Robert, Star Trek has been such a sort of huge part of your life and kind of career, and it's great to see you back here as a Doctor. I mean, there's someone who's been involved with this show for decades and watched it evolve constantly with the times. What do you think it is, what is the enduring legacy, do you think, of Star Trek that allows for it to still be bringing and creating new stories?
It's got to be the optimism of the show. Star Trek started in 1966, and in the turbulent 60s, when there was a lot of upheaval culturally and politically, and so my feeling is that we're in another turbulent time, and the world needs Star Trek more than ever to remind us that humanity has a future and to feel optimistic about it. And what's great about this show, because Starfleet Academy has been closed for 120 years, and this is the first entering class in a newly, reformulated Starfleet Academy, it's all about a better future, rebuilding and training the next generation of explorers. So there's an optimism in our show that is so fundamental to it that I think echoes the original series and is more optimistic than the other Star, certainly than my own Voyager, which was the Gilligan's Island of Star Trek. Hey, we're lost in a distant part of space. We'll never get home to see our loved ones. But that was a different theme, and that in itself made it a little darker than this show, which I think is very, very optimistic for our future.
And I agree. And Gina, I wanted to ask about the kind of makeup and prosthetics, because I saw Jim Carrey once do an interview where he said during the making of The Grinch, he worked with the CIA to teach himself actual ways to withstand torture, to help get himself kind of through the process. Obviously, outside of the kind of early call times, how did you find the experience of kind of having to go through that every day before you came on set? And how did you combat it? Was there sleep, music? How did you go through that?
Well, so the first time I actually got my head cast for the prosthetic, they warned me. They were like, if you're claustrophobic, you might have an issue, because they literally cover everything except your nose holes.
Oh man!
Everything. So literally, and I literally had to go into meditative state. I was like, all right, and prepare myself. And I meditated.
Are you claustrophobic?
No, I'm not. Thank God.
Okay.
But I was buried in heavy, and it was several layers while they cast my whole head. And you can't see, hear, nothing. And you have to breathe through your nose. You can't open your mouth. So I was like, please don't let my nose get blocked inexplicably, otherwise I'll suffocate in here. So I had to go into meditative state. And at the end of it, they were like, you did really well. Antonio Banderas couldn't do it. He ripped it off. And so that made me proud that I beat Antonio Banderas in a clay head competition. And then obviously the first time I did the prosthetics, it was a 5.5 hour process. We've got it down to 3 hours now. And different days I do different things. Some days it's music. We have a speaker in the room and we play music, and that helps. Sometimes if I've got a 1:30 call time and everybody else, and it's still dark outside, then I might just fall asleep and let them do it. And I'm learning Spanish as well, so sometimes I'll have a Spanish lesson going. So me and the prosthetics guys are learning Spanish together while they're putting on my makeup. So it's different things for different days.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, that's the one thing you won't be better at than Antonio Banderas at, I think, is speaking Spanish.
Yeah. I think you'll be near that one.
Good call.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time, guys. That's all I had time for, unfortunately. But best of luck with the release of the show.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys.